Salut, I'm Sumo from FrenchArena. Would you like to learn more about the French possessive adjectives? C'est parti! Now, you're probably wondering, okay, what is a possessive adjective? Possessive adjectives are one type of adjectives because we have demonstrative adjectives, we have interrogative adjectives, and just like adjectives, they modify a noun. Specifically, they tell us to what or to whom the noun in question belongs to. Now, they also take different forms depending on the noun that they are describing. And this means that if the noun is masculine and singular, then the possessive adjective would also be the same. Now, when used properly, the French possessive adjective should go before the noun and they should replace the articles le, la, li. Okay? If this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking this video. Please do not forget to give it a like if you're enjoying it. Share with anyone else who would like to learn more about the French possessive adjectives, and do subscribe. Now, you might probably be wondering, okay, Sumo, so what exactly are the possessive adjectives? In English, they would be my, your, his, her, we, are, they, okay? In the French language, as always, it's a bit different. We have H for masculine, singular, feminine, singular, and obviously for plural. Now, let's take a look at the masculine singular possessive adjectives. They are mon, ton, son, notre, votre, leur. Okay, these are the masculine singular possessive adjectives. Now, the feminine singular possessive adjectives are ma, ta, sa, notre, votre, leur. You see the similarities in the plural form, right? And lastly, the plural possessive adjectives are mes, tes, ses, ne, vos, leurs. Easy, right? Now, just a quick note for you to remember, which will be very easy, is notre, votre, leur are the same for the feminine and the masculine singular form. So that should be easy for you to remember. How are you finding it so far? Easy, right? Do not forget at the end of the lesson, there's going to be a quiz for you to test your knowledge on the French possessive adjectives. Now, we're going to take a look at each of them separately, and I would also give you sample sentences in order for you to understand when to use each French possessive adjectives correctly. Now, we're going to start with my. What did I say my was? Mon, ma, mi. Okay, do not forget mon is for the, exactly, masculine singular. Ma is for the feminine singular, and mi is for the plural form. So, for example, we're going to use a book. Le livre. Le livre. And that is what? It's masculine. So if I want to say, I like my book, what would I say? J'aime mon livre. J'aime mon livre. If I was going to say, probably it is my coffee, okay? What would I say? C'est mon café. C'est mon café. Now, let's take a look at ma. We would use car, for instance. So, la voiture. It's feminine, right? La voiture. I could say, j'aime ma voiture. J'aime ma voiture. Or, I could also say a ruler, okay? La règle. And I could say, où est ma règle? Où est ma règle? Now, the word livre, L-I-V-R-E-S, is plural form, right? Which definitely means we're going to use me. Me. Please remember that we use me for both the feminine and the masculine plural form. Perhaps I wanted to say, those are my books. Those are my books. I would say, ce sont mes livres. Ce sont mes livres. Now, the same would apply for voiture. If I was going to say voiture, even though that's plural form, it still doesn't matter. We're going to use me for it. If, for example, I wanted to say, I like my cars, it would be j'aime mes voitures. J'aime mes voitures. I hope you're understanding the French possessive adjectives so far. Let's take a look at the next one. Now, as we're already aware, your in French means ton, ta, ti, okay? If perhaps I wanted to say, I like your book, what would I say? J'aime ton livre. J'aime ton livre. Or I wanted to say, that one is your coffee. What would I say? I would say, ceci est ton café. Ceci est ton café. See, so that's for the masculine singular form, okay? Now, for the feminine singular, perhaps I wanted to say, where is your ruler? I would say, où est ta règle? Où est ta règle? Or if I wish to say, where is your car? If I want to ask someone where their car is, I would say, où est ta voiture? Où est ta voiture? And lastly, for the plural version, if I wanted to tell someone I like your books, what would I say? Exactly. J'aime tes livres. J'aime tes livres. Or I like your cars. J'aime tes voitures. J'aime tes voitures. Let's take a look at the third French possessive adjective. Like we said earlier, they are what? Son, sa, c'est for his and her. Alright? If I wanted to say he likes his book, what would it be? Il aime son livre. Il aime son livre. And even if I wanted to say she likes her book, it would still be the same thing. Elle aime son livre. Why? Because livre is masculine, which is very important. Elle aime son livre. The same thing would go for a car. If I want to say she likes her car, it would be elle aime sa voiture. Elle aime sa voiture. And even if I wanted to say he likes his car, it would be il aime sa voiture. Il aime sa voiture. The only thing that would change there is what? The subject pronoun of the person. If you're not sure what subject pronouns are, please click this link above to watch my lesson on subject pronouns. Please remember that the French possessive adjective must agree with the gender and the number of the noun being possessed and not the subject pronoun, okay? Because if I would say that elle aime sa voiture, you would look at it and think, okay, why is Sumo saying sa voiture? We say that because it agrees with the feminine singular of the car. It's the car that matters here, okay? Let me know in the comment section if you understand what I'm talking about more. And I know you might probably ask that, okay, so Sumo, what if I said il aime son livre and I meant he likes her book? It's still the same, but you need to understand it in context. So for instance, I could probably say maybe there's a guy there holding his book. I would say il aime son livre. Il aime son livre, which means he likes his book. However, you could also say it if perhaps you saw a guy looking at a girl's book and he likes her book. It would still be the same thing. Il aime son livre. He likes her book. But like I said, you need to know this in the context in which you're talking about it. This is totally different, just to put it out there so that you're not confused in which you should use, okay? For the plural form, it would be the exact same thing like we've been learning. It would be il aime ses livres. Il aime ses livres. Or for her, it would be elle aime ses livres. Elle aime ses livres. Please remember, like I said, the only thing that changes is the subject pronoun of the person, but it still retains the French possessive adjective. He likes his cars would be what? Perfect. Il aime ses voitures. Il aime ses voitures. She likes her cars. Elle aime ses voitures. Elle aime ses voitures. Let's take a look at the fourth French possessive adjective. I hope you're enjoying the lesson so far and you're learning a lot. Please do not forget to like this video if you are and subscribe for much more informative and entertaining French lessons. Now, to say our in French, we use notre, notre for both the feminine and the masculine singular. And for the plural, we use ne, ne. Please note the S is silent, okay? It's not nous or nos, it's ne. So, for example, we like our books would be what? Nous aimons notre livre. Nous aimons notre livre. We like our books. And in the feminine form, even if I was going to say perhaps we like our house, it would still be nous aimons notre maison. Nous aimons notre maison. But for the plural form, if I was going to say we like our houses, perhaps we have 2, 3, 10 houses. One can wish, right? You would say what? Nous aimons nos maisons. Nous aimons nos maisons. Okay? The feminine gender of the house, maison, doesn't matter here because at the end of the day, it's still plural. Let's take a look at the fifth French possessive adjectives. All right, so the fifth French possessive adjective, as we said, are votre and vous. If I wanted to say you like your book, okay, it would be what? Vous aimez votre livre. Vous aimez votre livre. Or I wanted to ask, where's your pen? I would say, où est votre stylo? Où est votre stylo? But if it was in the plural form and I wanted to say you like your books, I would say vous aimez vos livres. Vous aimez vos livres. Or I wanted to say where are your pens? I would say où sont vos stylos? Où sont vos stylos? Now let's take a look at the sixth and final French possessive adjectives, which are what? Leur and leurs. Please note, this French possessive adjectives are used for both men or men and women combined, okay? So if I wanted to say they like their book, it would be ils aiment leurs livres. Ils aiment leurs livres. And even if I wanted to say they like their books, it would still be the same thing. Ils aiment leurs livres. Ils aiment leurs livres. The only time this will change is if, for instance, they're all women, okay? Then definitely I would say elles aiment leurs livres. And if it's they like their books, it would be elles aiment leurs livres. But please remember, even if they're maybe 50 women and 1 man, we would use il, okay? And if they're just all women, definitely use elle. If you're still not sure, like I said, please check out my video on subject pronouns to better understand the subject pronouns. Before we start the quiz, I'm going to give you an exception. I mean, tell me, what would the French grammar be without an exception, right? Now, please take note, the French possessive adjectives ma, ta, sa cannot be used in front of a noun that starts with a vowel. This is similar to the way le and la has become L apostrophe before a vowel. But always take the masculine French possessive adjectives when it's in front of a vowel, which are what? Mon, ma, me. If I wanted to say she's my friend, I would say c'est mon ami. C'est mon ami. I cannot say c'est ma ami because it doesn't sound right. That liaison is not there, so you definitely cannot say that. So please take note of this. Or if I wanted to say I'm going to your school, it would be je vais à ton école. Je vais à ton école. I cannot say ta école, okay? It would be je vais à ton école. And lastly, if I was going to ask what is his or her idea, it would be quelle est son idée? Quelle est son idée? Okay, do you notice that I'm using the French masculine possessive adjectives? Even though I know my opinion is small, but that's feminine. No, in this instance, we wouldn't. Why? Because it starts with a vowel. Idée is a vowel. It starts with a vowel. All right, hope you learned a lot. Let's take a look at the quiz. Please do not forget to tell me your answer in the comment section below. Tell me if you're able to get every single thing, if you got one, or if you're still unsure of how to use the French possessive adjectives, okay? Okay, now we're going to get started. I'm going to give you 5 questions, okay? Out of each question, I'm going to give you 3 different options, A, B, and C, and you're going to tell me which you think is the best answer, all right? The question will be read out to you in English, and then you will tell me in the French format which you think the best is. Number 1, let me introduce my wife, Simone. Is it A, B, or C? Exactly, it is C. Je te présente ma femme Simone. Je te présente ma femme Simone. And it's ma because why? Perfect. It's feminine singular possessive adjectives. Why? Because femme is feminine. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2, I will come with my partner and our dog. Is it A, B, or C? Correct, it's A. Je viendrai avec mon conjoint et notre chien. Number 3, could you please raise the back of your seat, please? Which is it, A, B, or C? Correct, it is C. Pouvez-vous remonter le dossier de votre siège, s'il vous plaît? Number 4, where are your brother and sister? What's the correct option, A, B, or C? Correct, it is A. Où sont ton frère et ta sœur? Où sont ton frère et ta sœur? Please remember that in English, did you see what I did? I asked, where are your brother and sister? In French, you have to put the French possessive adjective in front of each one. It will be, where are your brother and your sister? Let's take a look at number 5. Are they bringing their kids tonight? Is it A, B, or C? Correct, it is C. Ils amènent les enfants ce soir. Ils amènent les enfants ce soir. Tell me how many did you get in the comment section below. I hope you got all 5, but if you didn't, do not worry. You can watch the lesson again or you can practice to ensure that you get it all. Thank you so much for watching today's lesson. Please do not forget to continuously practice using the French possessive adjectives. The more you practice, the better it gets, and you're able to easily understand when to use mon, ton, son, and every other possessive adjectives. If you're still unsure about subject pronouns, do not forget to watch the lesson on that. Until I see you in the next lesson, bonne journée.